Hey guys, so today when I got off of work, I decided that I wanted to film my July book haul. I didn't think I'd bought so many in July, and I did only buy 10, which still seems like a lot, but I've read 3 of them, so that's almost half. I'm still pretty excited about that. So yeah, I'm so excited about all of these books. This might be one of the most exciting book hauls I've had in a while, so let's get right into it. As always, I'm going to start with the books that I've already read, and the first one I bought was Burned by Ellen Hopkins. I've read this book twice. I read it last month, and I didn't yet own a copy of it. I own almost all of her books, but this one I read on my Kindle, so I really wanted to get a copy, and because I got Smoke in hardcover, I wanted to get this one in hardcover, so I had to order it online, but I'm so excited to finally have it. If you didn't know, this is a duology following a teenage girl named Hatchin, who is raised very religious and very Mormon, and she slowly starts to realize that that might not be the life path she wants to take. So she kind of starts getting a little bit rebellious, but not in a dramatic way, and her parents decide to send her off to live with her aunt in Nevada. And then here she kind of rediscovers herself and figures out there might be some meanings to life, and she has her first love. So there is so much heartbreak and so much drama, but it is one of my favorite Ellen Hopkins books, and I definitely recommend that you check it out. I picked up a copy of You by Charles Benoit. I read this book a couple months ago, but it was lent to me by a friend, and I enjoyed it so much I decided I wanted to have my own copy. So what I really enjoyed about this novel is that it is told in second person. So we follow a young guy, I don't remember his name. He's a sophomore in high school, and he's just kind of going through all the typical dramatic things that you do in the middle of high school. So people don't usually have high expectations for him, so he doesn't try really hard, and when things go bad, they expect it to be him. So yeah, he makes friends with the wrong people, and it was really good. It's kind of thrilling. I wouldn't really classify it in that genre, but it does have some thrilling aspects to it, and I really enjoyed it. And then the last books of these ones that I've already read is Steelheart by Brandon Sanderson. This one I purchased because it went down to like $5 on Amazon, and I'd considered rereading it. I did mention it, I think, in my Authors I'd Give a Second Chance video, was Brandon Sanderson. The only book I've read by him was this one, and I think I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. I did not enjoy it at all. I read it a few years ago when I was first moving into this house, and I don't know if I missed something about it or if superheroes just isn't for me, but everybody else that I read it with really enjoyed it. So this is a young adult superhero novel, like I said, and yeah, so I just remember the city and this group that's not superheroes but trying to fight the superheroes because some of the superheroes are bad, and I don't know if it was just too sci-fi for me or if there was too much going on, but I do want to give it another chance. Every time I think about it, I wish I could think of something to say about it, but I couldn't explain why specifically I didn't like it. So I think I might have just missed something, and I want to give it a second chance. I finally picked up a copy of The Hatchin by Ezekiel Boone. This is one I've been wanting to read for so long, but because it's an adult thriller, it wasn't cheap. But I saw it at Costco for $7, and I couldn't resist. I don't usually like mass market paperbacks, but if I really enjoy it, I'll get myself like a nice edition of it. This will just be a good one to travel around with. So what I understand about this one is an adult horror thriller, and the world is kind of falling apart within a week. So there are nuclear bombs going off, there are murders going on, and there's just everything that could be going wrong in the world is happening at the same time. So an ancient species has now come back to life, and I don't know, it seems very Stephen King horror based, so I'm really excited to read this. It probably won't be on my TBR for long, but I'm sure I say that about all of these books. But yeah, I'm really excited to get to this one. I've been looking at it since it came out. I picked up My Not-So-Perfect Life by Sophie Kinsella. This was one of my most anticipated books for the year, and I found it on sale. It was 40% off at my Walmart, so I couldn't resist. So this is an adult novel about a girl named Katie who kind of lives an average life. She has an okay job, she has an okay living situation, she has a couple roommates, but online she leads this totally different life, and she's living her ideal life. And she ends up getting fired from her job and has to move kind of back home with her parents to help set up the vacation, and all of these things from her old life start coming into her life with her family, and secrets are getting revealed, and she's kind of being caught in the lie that not everything is as perfect as it seems. And it seems like it's supposed to be very friendship based and not so much romance based, which I'm quite interested in. And I've had hit or miss with Sophie Kinsella, but for the most part I like her, so I think this will be a good one to read in the summer. So soon. I purchased How to Love by Katie Contugno. This was again like $4 or $5 on Amazon, and it's something I've had on my wish list for a while, so I had to pick it up when I saw it drop so cheap. So this is a young adult contemporary about a young girl named Rena who falls in love when I think she's 16 and with this guy named Sawyer. I love that name. And she ends up getting pregnant and they break up and it doesn't work out. So then we follow her 3 years later. So I'm really interested to see the relationship between a young mother and her daughter and how she builds relationships after the one she was in. So I'm really interested in this one. I've heard mixed things and it kind of was really big and then it dropped under the radar. So I'm hoping now that all the hype has died down, I can go into it, but I'm really excited about it. So if you've read it, make sure you let me know what you thought. I picked up With Malice by Eileen Cook. I feel like this is technically young adult because she's a senior in high school, but she's also 18. So it's kind of like young adult / new adult. But this girl is on a senior trip to Italy when she has an accident. So she wakes up in the hospital and cannot remember the last 6 weeks of her life. And yeah, so I think she just comes home and is trying to piece all of that stuff together. Because it's a mystery, I don't know too much about the plot because I don't want to give anything away for myself. But yeah, that's about all I know. I've heard good things and I've had it on my wish list for a while, and then when I saw it had come out in paperback, I had to pick it up because like I said, I've been so hesitant about buying books that if I still want them when they come out in paperback, I'm buying them. So yeah, really looking forward to this one. I haven't really read anything this thrilling since the Gillian Flynn one I read, so looking forward to this. I picked up The Unquiet Past by Kelly Armstrong. I do own a couple of other books by this author, but I think this one is kind of a standalone but can be read in a companion series. When I was looking it up on Goodreads, it didn't have a number or anything with it. It was just part of a series, and I think they're all like individual but can be read together. So this one is about a girl named Tess who has visions when she's awake, so she sees things that other people don't, and I don't think she knows her parents. But she is trying to go on a journey to figure out where these visions come from, how she can stop it, and along the way she gets into some trouble, I guess. It is quite short and the font's pretty large, so this one and Omens intrigues me the most by her, so I'm probably going to end up picking up this author soon. I swear I will. I have so many of her books that all sound really good. I don't know why I haven't picked them up yet. So I will be reading this one very soon. I was really excited to find this as a bargain book. I got A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas in hardcover, and it was only $8. I've been wanting to buy this book for a while, but because I've only read the first book in the Throne of Glass series, I didn't want to start collecting another one. But when I saw it for $8, I couldn't resist because it's more than half price that it usually is. So I'm not going to go into a plot about this one, mostly because I don't know, but so many people have read this and talked about it that I'm not even going to try and spoil or ruin any kind of aspect to the plot that there is because, like I said, I don't really know. All that I've been told is that it's like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, which I'm so into. And then probably the top book that I'd been anticipating this year was Bad Romance by Heather Demetrios. I used to own another book by this author, but I think I unhauled it and I don't remember what it's about. But I was in chapters the day this came out, both because of its beautiful cover and spine. I'm so excited to have this on my shelf just for this. But it sounds very different. So it's young adult contemporary about a young girl named Grace who is in an abusive family situation and just wants to leave. She's done. She's very depressed. And then this guy comes into her life. So I think it still follows an abusive relationship. I'm not sure if it continues from her family or from this boyfriend. Yes, I'm going into this expecting to get heartbroken, but I'm really excited about it, and the cover is probably one of my favorite covers yet. So I don't know, I love the finding light in darkness kind of thing, and I'm really thinking that's what I'm going to get from this, so I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, those were the 10 books that I purchased this past month. Like I said, I'm excited about all of them, so if you've read any of them, make sure you let me know what you thought of them down below, and also let me know what books you purchased this month that you're excited to read. I'm always looking for new books. I have a couple on my Amazon wishlist that I might purchase in August, but I'm also paying off the rest of my cruise for January, so have to make the adult decision and decide what I'd rather. But if I buy books, then I can take books on vacation, so they kind of go hand in hand. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.